Hey, this is Steven from Legit PC, and this is another theoretical PC build, which on my channel I call PC Parts Build. Today we're going to do a build around the Radeon graphics card, the new Radeon graphics card, the R9 280X. Now there is the 290X, but that is just, it's pretty high for enthusiasts. This is a gaming build. This is going to be an all AMD gaming build. So what we're going to be running on this is an ATX case with a AM3 plus motherboard running the R9 280X, a 650 watt power supply, an FX 8350 processor, 8 gigs of 1600, and a $500 cheap Western Digital hard drive. So now talking about why this is gigabyte. This is the gigabyte because I looked through and I found the one with the highest base clock and highest boost clock available, and it was also one of the cheapest prices there. And you can see it's definitely around that bulletproof price range of 300. That's what I bought my 660 Ti for. And this whole build is built around something that would compete with my my current build, my i5 3570K with the GTX 660 Ti. This is built to compete or beat that, all at under 1,000. And for this PC I have right now, I paid $1,500. So this is under 1,000, and to get more performance than the one I have now. So let's see, for case, it's an ATX case. It's just a Xeon gaming series, which are nice cheap cases that have good mesh, good fans, good airflow, lots of places for fans. The big problem with AMD is that their motherboards do not have PCI Express 3.0, and that's on the AM3 Plus chipset and the FM2 chipset. So either one you go with, if you go with the APU, the AMD APU or the FX series, both of them are going to have 3.0. But as of now, most cards don't push that much bandwidth to really need the 3.0. So here we have, here you see only two PCI Express 2.0, and I went through all of them, none of them have it. And if you look it up, you'll also find the same thing, that there is none. So even if you do need that, I would suggest just splitting up the cards. You know, SLI 2 cards don't have like a Super Titan just in one because it's pushing way too much bandwidth, and that slot cannot handle a Super Titan. So 650 watt, built for this is definitely picked as it's an 80 plus gold. This is picked for expandability. Have the expandability of going with another SLI card, as well as to save power. Gaming with SLI R9 280X is 600, and stress test doesn't quite hit 700. So it's in between there. So go with the standard 650. That's what I'm running right now. And if I was running 660 Ti SLI, I would be doing the same thing. And here's the bulletproof FX 8350, and at a super good price of $200. And this particular one is going to compete against the i5 3570K, and it's got the huge 4.0 gigahertz boost, 4.2 gigahertz turbo boost, but it has that high 125 TDP power. It gives off 125 watts of heat. So you definitely need, that's why I have that $50 gap there for you to go and get a nice cooler for that, to make sure it stays cool, as well as to put fans to get good airflow through this case. Now that's basically it for this build. I mean, this is very, very simple. It should beat a $1,500 old my 660 Ti and my i5 3570K, which I've had it for about 6 or 7 months now, and it should definitely beat it for over $500 cheaper. And it's definitely a killer deal. Actually, it's probably like $200 cheaper, because I had a whole bunch of SSDs on mine. Anyways, so this is what I would build if I was doing an AMD build. I would get this new I would get the new series, the R9 280X, because it has all the bugs taken out of it, all that kind of stuff from the previous 7 series. So I would get this guy here because it definitely doesn't have that random frame buffer where it stays on the frame. Each frame stays on the screen way too long, and it bounces all over the place, making it look like it's lagging, but it's not, causing stuttering. This one does not have that problem. It's been seen to compete right up there with the new 7 series. It just gets down and it just digs in and it's competing against cards that are, you know, $30, $40 more expensive in the Nvidia range. But of course, it doesn't have CUDA, it doesn't have physics, things like that. So if you're, you know, you're a Batman fan, I don't know, you could slap. I don't know if you could slap an AMD card, an Nvidia card on there and use it as physics. I don't think you could do that. Have Radeon and GeForce drivers on the same machine. So this is definitely the build I would do, and it's under $1,000. Killer gaming build. Play any game at least 60 frames or under. So it depends on the game. Mostly, almost all games will play at least 60 frames, maxed out. But it will for sure play any game at least 30. Every game. So, for a while now. So this is definitely what you would get. This is no enthusiast build. I mean, if you slapped another 280X on there, back when it drops down to maybe like 220, 220 bucks, 200 bucks, it's definitely now is an enthusiast build when you crossfire those two. Definitely be unbeatable. So yeah, so this is my gaming AMD build for PC under $1,000. You know, get ready for the new, to take on those games from the next gen consoles. You know, compete with the next gen consoles and come out for next year 2014 games and beat those up as well for the hot new releases early on next year, as well as the big huge first-person shooter titles that we have out now, like Battlefield 3 and Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts. And definitely beat those up and get somewhere between probably like 100 frames on those. I don't know about Battlefield, probably like 60 frames on Battlefield, depending on the settings, and about 100 on Call of Duty. So this has been my build. This has been Steven from Legit PC, and I'd like to thank you for watching my video. If you like my videos, please subscribe for other videos like it, and stay tuned for more builds and check out some of my previous ones. And if you don't like this build, maybe the next one's for you. And if you have any questions, put a comment down in the comments, and thank you for watching.